Do you think that single eyeshadows are better than eyeshadow palettes? I have a bunch here. This basket is full of all my single eyeshadows. I think I have cream and powders, so I'm going to go through all of them. We're going to declutter some if I don't like anymore, but I want to show you what's in my collection, what I use daily. We're going to do swatches, and let me know down below. Do you prefer single eyeshadows or eyeshadow palettes? So let's get started. Okay, so let's start, and I'm gonna just pull out based on brand and we're gonna talk about it. Sephora collection. First of all, they are really cute. They are very nice and pigmented. However, they do crack and break quite easily. They're quite pretty. I haven't used them in a while, so this one I will probably don't use because it's quite gold and I don't like gold on me at all. So this one is gonna go away. I don't even know where they're made. This is in Sunbeam. They're made in France. So I don't really like gold on me. So that's the only reason I will declutter this one. Then we have the shade Go Green. I really like green. Green is my favorite color. Green and pink. That's such a nice combo. And they are so buttery and soft. They don't look like they're not cream, but they're not powder either. That's what they feel like. It is a cream slash powdery type of product. That's how I would describe them. And this shade is in Go Green. So this is something I really love and I have to use more often all over the eyelid. I think this is gonna look so nice. And here is another beautiful one. Again, this cracked, but it has this nice rosy undertone, and this is, I want to put this all over my eye right now as we speak. And the shade I have, let me be careful here, it's called Oh Baby. So too bad, like this cracked, but see, if you push it down, it goes back in place, and that shadow is beautiful. And then we have the purple one. This is in the shade Lunar Eclipse. I haven't used this one, as you can see. Let's see, same feeling, very intense purple. I think I will keep this one. It's so pretty. These are so worth it, and they're so, not that they're cheap, they're actually very affordable, what I want to say. And the color payoff and the formula are just as beautiful as one of the high brands out there. So I definitely recommend this. The formula is amazing. Make sure you choose the colors you like. If you're more neutral, I suggest this color. This is so pretty. And if you like any other colors, you can go for them. Beautiful shade. So I'll definitely keep this 3. Okay, let's talk about MAC. I have 4 by MAC. I used to have more, but I think they got old and I got rid of them. So I have a MAC Swiss Chocolate. This is a more of a matte one. Then I have the Sable Frost eyeshadow. It has more sheen to it. This is Starry Night Frost. It looks like it's a duochrome. And Le Artiste Frost. So let's start with this matte one. This is just a perfect matte shade for using it either all over the eyelid or transition. It's a very nice color, more of a warm toned. You can see it has a little bit of red in it. Then this one, or these 2 colors, that's why I bought them together. You can see the sheen. So you can either use this on its own and use this in transition, or you can put it on top. Let's try put a little bit on top here. See how it changes? It's so pretty. Okay, now let's go into this duochrome one. Very, very beautiful color. Wow, it's like a purple, red, brown, blue in it. You can see all that. That's a beautiful color. Wow. See, I haven't used this one in such a long time. And then this one, I don't know about this one. Let's see. This is pretty too. I thought it's more glittery, but it's not. It actually feels like cream. So that's a very nice shade as well. Okay, it's a nice silver shade. So these are my top 4 MAC products. I really wanted to have more of a matte one and then the rest unique. You can see that they're all different. This is more satin, a duochrome, and more silver. So I'm keeping all of this. And look, you can just bring this with you. You don't have to pack a big palette. Just bring this and you're good to go whenever you travel. This is something that I have been loving so much. I love this shade a little bit more than the matte MAC. You can see that's a little bit lighter, more a latte. This is more chocolatey. And this is by Pat McGrath in the shade Statuesque. And this is just a perfect shade for everyday use, for a nice transition, a nice all over the eyelid. You can see that it has a dent in it. A dent because I've used it so much. But this is such a pretty latte shade. Look at that color. It's just a nice cool tone color, what I'm trying to say. A combo between a little bit of warmth, but not too much warmth. So it's really pretty. So definitely I'm keeping this one. I bought this a long time ago from ColourPop. I don't know why I bought this gold one. This is in the shade In Harmony. Let's see. Oh, it's a twist. Okay. And then this other shade is Flower Child. You can see I barely use them. This one, they're quite chunky. They actually don't feel like cream. They feel very rough. It feels like sandpaper. Same with this one. So these are both, I think, gonna go away. I know it looks nice on the hand, but they feel quite harsh on the skin. So I think I'm gonna declutter both. I haven't used them. It was that era where ColourPop was quite popular on YouTube. I wanted to try some. I do love their lip products. I do love their eye crayons, but this one's not so much. So I have to declutter this. Okay, here is a super pretty shade. I do have this in a palette as well. So this is Urban Decay Moon Dust, and this is in Space Cowboy, which if you have this Moon Dust palette, it's this one right here. But I love that this one has also Star Cowgirl, the Wild Dipper, and the Cosmic one. But today I'm just gonna talk about this one, Space Cowboy, which is my favorite. And it's this little eyeshadow right here. So if you like some type of sparkly product that is not too harsh on your skin, it feels like it adds something to your eyelid without being too, like, look at all that glitter. It's so pretty, and there's no fallout. They're not big chunks. I definitely recommend this one. I love using this one so much. It just changes my eye look in such a beautiful way. So I'm definitely keeping this one, and I'm gonna show you two more other similar products which are a little bit more higher end, but I definitely recommend this one if you wanna spend less money on this type of products. So my other two, this is going to be my Hourglass one, which is quite more expensive. This is the Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in Ray, and I do keep this top. And it's very similar to the Moon Dust. I'll keep the Moon Dust here so I can show you. It's a little bit more intense than Moon Dust. In case you're interested, I'll put Moon Dust here. So you can see this is a little bit more glittery, more color payoff than the Moon Dust. So whatever you prefer, but to me they seem very similar. So I'll definitely keep my Hourglass one. This is in Ray. And then the other one I want to talk about is this one by Natasha Denona. I don't know. I think this is from her website. This is the Duochrome Top Coat, which is very similar as well. I think I have to warm it up a little bit more. But this is less glitter and more of that creamy feeling all over the eyelid. So it's not as similar as those two, but I wanted to show you this one. I think I really like this one. I love Hourglass, but I prefer this too because they're not as chunky glittery as this one. So definitely go for those, but obviously this is really pretty on the eyes as well. It really emphasizes your eyes in a very beautiful way. So yeah, those are a keeper for sure. Okay, here's another one by Urban Decay. This is more of an older one. This is the Shell Shock eyeshadow. I don't know if that's the shade JTN 70W. I don't know. But you can see I barely used it. It's very intense. Like if you want a very intense New Year's party type of eyeshadow, then this is it. But I think I'm gonna declutter this. I don't really think I will ever use this on my eye. I tried it as an eyeliner, but it looks like it's too glittery, and it's better when you use your finger and use it that way, not as an eyeliner. So I think I'm gonna declutter this one. Let's talk about Merit. So I have two eyeshadow by Merit. I believe I purchased both of them. This is in the shade Vaqueta, the brown, and I bought the green one, which is Viper. I love the names. These are really great eyeshadows, actually. Let's see if they still work. So this is the nice brown. Yeah, still very creamy. So this is perfect. Instead of using a bronzer on your eye, you can definitely use this one. I wonder if you can even use this as a bronzer instead. And then this is Viper. Let me warm up the product a bit more. Very nice, intense green. Definitely keeping both of these products. I love Merit products. These ones are my top favorite colors from this collection, definitely. I haven't tried any other ones, but I don't want to keep purchasing because I don't want these ones to dry out. So I want to use what I have. But yeah, if you're into greens, this is a great green, and this is very similar to Pat McGrath, this one in statuesque, but more in a creamy version. So these are staying, and make sure when you close them, you hear that click. Otherwise, the product will dry up in there. Oh, they're gonna be harder to remove. My poor hand needs a lot of cream after this. Okay, let's talk about some Natasha Denona. These are great products. If you buy something from her website, that you can, I think you have to spend a certain amount of money on her products. You get to choose one of this for free, depending on what she has available. So they're all different shadows from some of her famous palettes. And this is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, you can see. This is Natasha Denona Xenon palette and Glam palette. So I have the shade Muse. These are all great shades. And this is the shade Cygnus. Interesting name. And then the shade in this one is Outer Eyelid. Oh, so I guess you add that to the outer eyelid. Look how pretty they are. See? So let's start with Outer Eyelid. Of course, you cannot go wrong with Natasha Denona. Very similar to this one's by Sephora. That's what I'm talking about. These shimmery shades are very similar to Natasha Denona. They're powdery, but they turn out to be creamy on your skin. Now this one's a little bit scarier. See, this is not, I want to keep it because I can use this if I want to create like a nice smoky eye look. And then this is so pretty for everyday use. Again, you can use it just like the Urban Decay Space Cowboy, I think. It's very similar to this one here. So yeah, I'm keeping all these three shades. So pretty. Charlotte Tilbury. We have the Charlotte Tilbury in Champagne right here. These are very nice and creamy. Chocolate bronze right there. You can see how much I've used those. This is Oyster Pearl, one of my favorites. And Sunlit Glow. This is my newest one. It's gold, I know, but it's very interesting. So let's start with this one to show you what's so interesting about it. So, it's quite gold actually. It looked different on the eye. I wonder, I don't want to get rid of this though. It's quite pretty, and it's Charlotte Tilbury. It's very different. It's these are the Eyes to Mesmerize. I will keep this one. I don't have another shade like this, so I'll definitely keep this one. On the eye, it looks really, really pretty, not as gold. Let me go like this because my nails are so long. Oyster Pearl. Look how pretty this is. That's such a nice shade. Perfect for all over the eye. I love this shade. This is my favorite. Then of course, we have this one, which is Chocolate Bronze. Another beautiful, more darker shade, but they blend and they look on the eyelid so nice. And actually they do last. And then here is something for more kind of everyday use. Is more lighter, kind of a highlighter for your eye. What did I say? This is Champagne. Yeah. So which one's your favorite shade? I think this is my least favorite. I wonder if I should keep it. Yeah, I want to keep it because when you look up close or when you rotate it, it turns into a shift of pink from gold to pink. So that's why I'm keeping it. If it would have been just gold, I would have gotten rid of it. But favorite shades, I can't choose because it depends on the day what I want to wear. But maybe if you don't want too light, too dark, maybe go with this one, the Oyster Pearl. It's kind of in between and a nice cool tone, but they're all pretty and I definitely recommend all of them. Wow, this was fun. Did you guys enjoy this video? I want to thank you so much that you took your free time to spend it with me. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I wish you all a wonderful day and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.